Welcome to Framework, the podcast that makes the NIST cybersecurity framework practical, engaging, and accessible. Whether you're a cybersecurity professional, business leader, or simply curious about how organizations defend against cyber threats, this series is for you. This podcast is inspired by a comprehensive guide to the NIST Cybersecurity Framework 2.0, a best-selling resource written by cybersecurity expert Dr. Jason Edwards and trusted by professionals worldwide. In each episode, we'll leverage a few insights from Jason's extensive book to dive deep into CSF 2.0, unpacking every function, category, and subcategory with real-world applications you can immediately use. If you're enjoying this episode and want to learn more, head over to cyberauthor.me to grab your copy of the book and access additional resources to enhance your cybersecurity journey. You can also visit baremetalcyber.com, where over 2 million people last year explored expert insights, articles, and practical tools across a wide range of cybersecurity topics. RSCO-02 Notifying Stakeholders of Incidents. RS.CO-02 ensures that organizations effectively communicate cybersecurity incidents to internal and external stakeholders, ensuring that affected parties receive timely, accurate, and actionable information. This subcategory belongs to the Respond function within the National Institute of Standards and Technology Cybersecurity Framework, version 2.0, emphasizing that clear and structured notification processes help organizations mitigate risks, manage reputational impact, and comply with regulatory disclosure requirements. Without structured stakeholder notification procedures, organizations risk delayed incident response, failure to meet legal obligations, loss of stakeholder trust, and ineffective coordination with response teams. By implementing structured notification processes, organizations ensure that security teams, executives, regulatory agencies, customers, and business partners receive relevant incident details in a timely and secure manner. A well-defined notification framework includes predefined communication protocols, automated incident alerting systems, and structured incident disclosure policies. Organizations that adopt AI-driven incident alerting, integrate automated compliance reporting tools, and enforce structured communication workflows improve their ability to manage cybersecurity incidents efficiently, reduce legal and financial risks, and maintain transparency with stakeholders. Multiple stakeholders play a role in incident notification. Security Operations Center (SOC) analysts and incident response teams are responsible for identifying security incidents, assessing their impact, and triggering stakeholder notification procedures. Corporate communications and legal teams ensure that incident notifications comply with regulatory requirements, maintain brand reputation, and provide accurate information to external parties. Executive leadership and business continuity teams play a critical role in determining the strategic approach to incident disclosure, balancing transparency with operational and reputational considerations. Effective stakeholder notification is implemented through structured crisis communication plans, automated incident notification platforms, and predefined regulatory reporting workflows. This includes using AI-powered threat intelligence to determine which stakeholders need to be informed, integrating automated compliance alerting tools to meet breach disclosure mandates, and establishing secure communication channels for sensitive incident notification. Organizations that fail to implement structured stakeholder notification processes risk non-compliance with industry regulations, increased reputational damage, and ineffective coordination with response teams. Several key terms define stakeholder notification and its role in cybersecurity governance. Incident communication protocols ensure that organizations define structured guidelines for notifying stakeholders about security incidents. Regulatory breach notification ensures that organizations comply with legal mandates for disclosing cybersecurity breaches to regulatory agencies and affected individuals. Crisis communication management ensures that organizations develop structured messaging strategies to manage public and internal perception during security incidents. Automated incident alerting ensures that organizations use real-time notification tools to inform stakeholders about active threats and required response actions. Confidentiality considerations ensure that organizations protect sensitive information when disclosing incident details, balancing transparency with security and privacy obligations. Challenges in notifying stakeholders of incidents often lead to delays in incident disclosure, inconsistent communication strategies, and failure to meet regulatory requirements. One common issue is lack of predefined incident notification workflows, where organizations struggle to determine who should be notified and what information should be shared. Another issue is failure to integrate compliance-driven breach notification standards, where organizations do not align notification processes with legal disclosure requirements, leading to regulatory penalties. Some organizations mistakenly believe that incident notifications should be limited to internal stakeholders, without recognizing that external parties such as regulators, business partners, and affected customers must also be informed based on incident severity and legal obligation. When organizations implement structured stakeholder notification frameworks, they enhance incident response efficiency, improve regulatory compliance, and strengthen trust with customers, partners, and regulatory agencies. A structured notification model ensures that cybersecurity teams initiate timely communications, business leadership oversees disclosure strategies, and IT security teams integrate automated incident alerting into response workflows. Organizations that adopt AI-driven notification automation, enforce structured stakeholder communication policies, and deploy continuous compliance monitoring develop a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy that strengthens resilience against evolving cyber threats. Organizations that fail to implement structured notification processes for cybersecurity incidents face severe operational, regulatory, and reputational risks. Without clear communication strategies, businesses risk delayed incident response, failure to meet legal disclosure requirements, and loss of trust from customers, partners, and regulatory bodies. A common issue is lack of predefined stakeholder notification procedures, where organizations fail to determine who needs to be informed and how incident details should be communicated, leading to confusion and inconsistent messaging. Another major challenge is failure to integrate automated notification systems, where organizations rely on manual reporting processes that delay critical incident updates to key stakeholders. By implementing structured stakeholder notification policies, organizations ensure that cybersecurity teams deliver timely, accurate, and secure communications to affected parties. A well-defined incident notification process integrates automated alerting systems, predefined disclosure policies, and structured response escalation workflows. To ensure that security incidents are handled efficiently, organizations that deploy AI-driven threat notification tools, integrate legal compliance reporting into cybersecurity event management, and enforce structured crisis communication policies improve their ability to maintain stakeholder confidence, meet breach notification deadlines, and enhance overall incident response coordination. At the partial tier, organizations lack formal notification policies, leading to inconsistent communication efforts and failure to meet regulatory disclosure requirements. Incident notifications may be handled informally, with IT teams deciding on a case-by-case basis whether to inform stakeholders, creating delays and uncertainty. A small business at this level may experience a customer data breach, but fail to notify affected individuals, increasing legal liability and reputational damage when the incident is later discovered by the public. At the risk-informed tier, organizations begin to establish formal notification workflows, ensuring that security teams follow predefined communication guidelines. However, notification processes may still be partially manual, with security and legal teams manually reviewing incidents before initiating disclosure, leading to response delays. A mid-sized financial institution at this level may have an incident notification plan that includes regulators and executive leadership but lacks automation, causing delays in meeting regulatory breach notification deadlines. At the repeatable tier, organizations implement a fully structured incident notification framework, ensuring that security event communications are standardized, automated, and aligned with industry best practices. Cybersecurity governance is formalized, with leadership actively involved in approving notification policies, defining response escalation strategies, and ensuring compliance with legal disclosure mandates. A multinational healthcare provider at this stage may use automated compliance-driven breach notification tools to ensure that affected patients and regulatory agencies receive timely, accurate information about security incidents. At the adaptive tier, organizations employ machine learning-driven incident communication automation, real-time regulatory compliance tracking, and predictive cybersecurity risk modeling to proactively determine which stakeholders need to be notified based on incident severity and legal requirements. Stakeholder notification is fully integrated into enterprise risk management, ensuring that security teams use AI-powered analysis to tailor communication strategies based on evolving threat landscapes. A global cloud services provider at this level may use real-time compliance monitoring to trigger immediate breach notifications to regulators and customers when data exposure thresholds are met. Notifying stakeholders of incidents aligns with multiple controls in the National Institute of Standards and Technology Special Publication 800-53, ensuring that organizations implement structured methodologies for incident communication and regulatory compliance reporting. One key control is IR-7, incident reporting, which requires organizations to develop formalized reporting structures to communicate cybersecurity incidents to internal and external stakeholders. A telecommunications provider implementing this control may use automated reporting dashboards to notify business partners and law enforcement agencies about cyber attacks affecting critical infrastructure. Another key control is PM-21, external information sharing, which mandates that organizations coordinate with external entities such as government agencies and industry partners to provide timely and accurate information on security incidents. A financial institution implementing this control may participate in industry threat intelligence sharing networks to ensure that other organizations are aware of emerging cybersecurity risks. Notifying stakeholders of incidents also aligns with CP-2, contingency planning, which requires organizations to develop predefined response and notification plans to ensure stakeholders receive timely information during cybersecurity events. This control ensures that organizations have structured communication frameworks in place to notify regulators, customers, partners, and executive leadership without delays or confusion. A multinational retail company implementing this control may use predefined incident response playbooks that automatically trigger notifications to senior leadership and legal teams when a major cyber incident occurs. These controls can be adapted based on organizational size, industry, and cybersecurity maturity. A small business may implement basic incident notification procedures, ensuring that security teams manually notify affected parties via email or phone calls. After identifying a security breach, a large enterprise may deploy AI-driven notification automation, real-time compliance monitoring, and predictive risk assessment tools to ensure that incident communications remain continuously refined and aligned with evolving regulatory requirements. Organizations in highly regulated industries such as finance, healthcare, and energy may require legally mandated breach notification frameworks, compliance-driven cybersecurity reporting standards, and structured regulatory communication policies to align with national and international data protection laws. Auditors assess an organization's ability to notify stakeholders effectively by reviewing whether documented, consistently enforced, and automated communication frameworks are in place. They evaluate whether organizations implement predefined cybersecurity notification procedures, enforce structured stakeholder communication policies, and integrate real-time security event reporting mechanisms into enterprise-wide cybersecurity governance. If an organization fails to notify stakeholders properly, auditors may issue findings highlighting gaps in cybersecurity risk management, weak incident communication execution, and failure to integrate structured stakeholder notification strategies into enterprise security frameworks. To verify compliance, auditors seek specific types of evidence. Incident notification policy documentation and structured cybersecurity event reporting logs demonstrate that organizations formally define and enforce security incident communication standards. Automated notification system records and compliance-driven incident response reports provide insights into whether organizations proactively communicate cybersecurity threats to affected parties based on predefined cybersecurity communication protocols. AI-driven security notification dashboards and predictive security event analysis tools show whether organizations effectively track, monitor, and refine cybersecurity event communication strategies using real-world attack data and adaptive security controls. A compliance success scenario could involve a global healthcare provider that undergoes an audit and provides evidence that structured cybersecurity stakeholder notification strategies are fully integrated into enterprise security governance, ensuring that all cybersecurity incidents are continuously monitored, classified, and communicated based on predefined disclosure models. Auditors confirm that incident notification policies are systematically enforced, stakeholder communication mechanisms are dynamically refined, and enterprise-wide cybersecurity governance frameworks align with structured security event communication models. In contrast, an organization that fails to implement structured cybersecurity incident notification frameworks, neglects real-time security event communication, or lacks formalized cybersecurity stakeholder notification workflows may receive audit findings for poor cybersecurity risk management, weak stakeholder communication execution, and failure to align security event notification strategies with regulatory compliance mandates. Organizations face multiple barriers in ensuring that cybersecurity incident notifications remain continuous and effective. One major challenge is failure to integrate security event notification with business continuity planning, where organizations lack automated notification systems, resulting in slow response times and delayed disclosure to key stakeholders. Another challenge is over-reliance on manual notification workflows, where organizations fail to automate security event communications, leading to inconsistencies in stakeholder messaging and non-compliance with regulatory disclosure mandates. A final challenge is difficulty maintaining cybersecurity incident notification consistency across global operations, where organizations struggle to apply standardized security communication policies across multiple subsidiaries, regions, and regulatory jurisdictions. Organizations can overcome these barriers by developing structured cybersecurity stakeholder notification frameworks, ensuring that security event communication policies remain continuously optimized, and integrating real-time notification models into enterprise-wide cybersecurity governance strategies. Investing in AI-driven cybersecurity notification automation, automated compliance-driven event reporting, and predictive security event communication tools ensures that organizations dynamically assess, monitor, and refine cybersecurity stakeholder communication strategies in real time. Standardizing cybersecurity stakeholder notification methodologies across departments, subsidiaries, and external business partners ensures that cybersecurity event communication policies are consistently applied, reducing exposure to mismanaged incident disclosures while strengthening enterprise-wide cybersecurity resilience. By embedding cybersecurity stakeholder notification strategies into enterprise security governance frameworks, organizations enhance security event communication capabilities, improve regulatory compliance, and ensure sustainable cybersecurity incident notification processes across evolving cyber risk landscapes. That wraps up today's discussion on framework. Don't stop here. Head over to cyberauthor.me to explore more cybersecurity topics and discover a best-selling book covering NIST and other critical cyber frameworks. Please like, rate, and review this episode on Apple and Spotify. Until next time, remember that knowledge is power.